Bam, there we are. There we are. There we are. Okay, we are live. We are live. We are live. What's up, everybody? Welcome to our our 92nd episode of Hits and Heels. I'm so excited. Y'all know how I am. If you have never tuned in before, my name is Coach Terry Bryant. I am actually a football coach. I got on my referee outfit today because we have a female official, an umpire. She's getting ready to tell y'all story, and I can't wait for you guys to hear her whole story because as a female football coach, there aren't a lot of Black females that are coaching, and there definitely ain't no Black females that are umpire and refereeing and all that type of stuff. And so we're getting ready to get into her story here shortly. I want to announce that this episode of Hits and Heels is graciously sponsored by the Lexington African American Sports Hall of Fame. They have their gala coming up on September 21st. Make sure you guys get your tickets for that. I think the early bird tickets are getting ready to expire. You're going to have to pay full price in the next couple of weeks. But going forth right there. Oh, so let me tell you how I met her name, and she don't have her whole name on here. It's Natola Hawthorne. Make sure y'all know her name, okay? So how we met is we are in a female football group where it's like 10,000 of us in there now. I mean, it started off with just a couple of hundred of it, and now it's done grown to 10,000. And that's how we were able to meet. And so, of course, when she put her intro in the group, she talked about how she's an official, how she's an umpire for football and baseball and a couple of other sports. So Natola Hawthorne, welcome to Hits and Heels. Thank you for accepting my invite on coming on here. I appreciate you so much. But I want to start from the beginning. Start from the beginning and lead us up to how you decided to become an umpire, and then at the end, make sure I don't forget about talking about your nonprofit.
Okay, good evening, everyone. It actually started on the football field. I was on the clock, and right next door to the football field was a baseball diamond. And I had my football assigner up there, and he kept looking at me crazy because I kept looking at the baseball field. And he was like, "What are you doing?" I said, "I belong over there." He was like, "What?" I said, "I belong over there." He said, "Girl, that's baseball." I said, "I know. Something is calling me over there." He said, "Well, fine. Finish this game and then you can find out about that later." I was like, "Okay, fine." So after I finished the game, I ran into a couple of people that invited me to the football meetings. So I was doing football, and then they were like, "Hey, you're pretty good. How about baseball?" Now, I've always loved baseball as a kid, but have I ever seen any females out there? No. Have I ever seen any female officials on a baseball field? No. But it was still something in me calling me. So I started on a little league field, and a gentleman saw me and was like, "Nah, your skill is already too much. Go get trained in high school."
Okay.
I said, "High school? I'm doing 8U and you telling me to go do high school? I'm gonna need you to go do high school." So I went to high school. I met this guy named Kedron Wright. And when he saw me, I tell you guys, he saw in me what I didn't see in myself.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And that's what it always takes.
It's kind of crazy, right? I knew what I wanted to do. I knew what my little goal was. But when he saw me, he had already had this big vision, right? So he goes, "All right, Natola, what you want to do?" I said, "I want to call a JV game." "Nope. I'm going to need you to think bigger than that." And I was like, "But I'm just starting." He was like, "So you don't want to believe in you? Because I'm not going to put it into you if you don't want it." And I said, "You know what? Fine. Whatever you see, let's do it." And when I tell you, with his vision and his direction and his hard work with me, along with some others that Doug Vines, the Brad Polks, the people that are doing it on the higher level, he made them all come out and watch me one day. And they all said the same thing. So you cannot not hear all these people saying the same thing. So they put their stamp on me and I decided to go forward with it. Plus, then they put the little bug in my ear. You would be the first.
I love it.
The first what?
I love it.
Right?
The first what? Right? What is it? The first what?
Clearly, in 2023, I know we're not still, Black folk are not still being first.
Facts.
Right? No, ma'am, you will be the first African-American woman to do this. You'll be the first woman to do this. So that's what drew me more to baseball than football.
Okay.
And that's because football already had their women
already
in the path going, right? Okay. And as a little girl, my aunt always told me, Natola, I don't know what it is, but people are going to know your name. And when I began to grow in the sport of baseball, I reflected on that conversation with my aunt. And it hurt that she wasn't here to see my name in the paper or the things that I'm doing. But I totally reflect on that comment. People are going to know your name. So that's how I got started. I do baseball probably 10 months out of a year.
Oh, wow.
I slide my football.
Yeah, because they got fall ball and it's almost all year now.
November, right?
Yeah.
And then in between, I do my football. Like this weekend, I'll be at the Centennial Bowl doing my football games. And I also have my high school football games. So it's nonstop. Sports is, Natola is sports. Sports is Natola. Period. So
let's go. Period. Period. So, okay. So let's go back a little bit farther. Tell us about just your journey into sports, and sports is everything. Tell me your sports journey till you got you up to your first officiating job.
So sports has always been a part of my life. I played in a church league with my parents and my grandmother on a volleyball team. I was 12 years old.
Whoa.
Imagine being on the court with your grandmother.
Whoa.
So all of us used to be on a team. So sports have been in me forever. When I got a little older and I got married, my ex-husband used to play basketball. Now I'm very vocal. So I thought I was an official before I was an official.
Of course we are.
You know,
of course we are. We're going to talk about that too. Of course we are.
What are we doing? You are blind. You know, he's impeding progress. And words like that piqued the interest of the officials. So one of them on the sideline actually stopped. He was a basketball official. And he said, excuse me, do you officiate? I said, no. He said, you should. Because impede is a word that is in the rule book.
That officials use.
Yeah. You know? So that piqued my interest, but I had children, young children. So I had to wait until they were old enough before I could actually begin my passion. I'm old, y'all. So
yeah, what is old?
I appreciate it, but it's
what is old?
I just turned 49 years old.
I'm 54.
Starting a career.
But that's okay. I've only been coaching football this is my 6th season coaching football, and I'm 54. So I started coaching football late. Yes.
And that's
not old. You're only as old as you think you are. No, right? You're not old. You just have wisdom.
That's it. And I believe that if I had started earlier when I first had an interest, it wouldn't be as driven as it is now. Right.
But it's always a place and time, and God always has a plan.
Ordained.
Yes. Oh, I do. I like that word season. I like that word season. I like that, sis. I like that word season. Yes.
Yes. So I'm on an accelerated plan. My accomplishments, there are people that have been doing it for 25 years.
And not where you are.
Accomplished my goals. I just take it day by day. and just try to enjoy the moment. My mentor, like I said, Kedron, he'll let me sit there for about 30 minutes. And then the next thing is like, all right, our next goal is what? The next thing we're doing is what? We can't let the grass grow under our feet because we got too many people we need to reach out to. This is already going. It's bigger than you. It's a whole movement now. So let's go. So that's where She Calls It All comes from.
Okay.
I dabble in high school volleyball, softball, basketball, football, baseball, swimming. I'm trying to think anything else. So those are all the sports I'm certified in.
That you're certified in, okay.
In high school.
And then for college, what are you certified in?
College, Division I, the first African American woman in D1. I'm also
Let's go.
I'm the first woman to do the Alaskan Baseball League in Alaska. The first woman to do that. I'm also the first woman to do a state championship in Georgia.
Ooh, get it.
State of Georgia.
And that's huge because football in Georgia is everything. Like you cannot mess up. And so for whoever is the director of officials that allowed you to be on that staff, I applaud him. Because again, the only reason why I got a job was because my husband put me in a position to be a football coach. And it takes a man to swallow his pride, to see some. Even my husband was like, I made you my assistant football coach. I was like, I don't know. He said, yeah, you do. You know football. You know it. He said, I wouldn't put you on my staff if you didn't know football. And again, it takes somebody else to see more in us than what we see. And then for them to put their reputation on the line.
That's key. That is key. Because again, Mr. Wright,
to vouch for us.
The board of, GHSA, forward thinker, is telling them, look, Georgia's going to be on the map for putting not just a woman, but the first Black woman.
Black woman.
And so let's think about that.
I hate that we always got to be the first Black woman. Like they can't really be mad if they put the first Black woman in office, in January. They're gonna be mad in November. You know what I mean? If that happens, I hope it happens, right? But it's a shame that we're getting ready to go into 2024, and Black women are still shattering glass ceilings and still trailblazing in areas that it shouldn't be the case.
Absolutely.
But this baseball though, because we know. Oh my God! Remember I told you I don't do anything controversial or political on my page. So I am trying to choose my words wisely, so I don't say what I want. I can't really say what I really want to say, but I'm probably it's still a good. I'm gonna say it this way. It's still a good old boy system,
and it is. And I'm not saying it's not. I was just talking to Kedron before I got on with you, and he said, make sure you let them know, yes, you're doing it, but it's still hard.
But it's still hard.
Like it's totally hard.
So let's go there. So what are some of the? Okay, so the reason why I wore my stripes today is because I was at a Super Sunday a couple weeks ago, and the guy that's the director of Parks and Rec is a great friend of ours. He's like our brother, and my husband usually wears a white hat, so he usually does all of our Pee-wee, Little League or whatever. My husband is also a baseball official, so I'm totally familiar with what he goes through because he's a Black male. I can't imagine what you go through as a Black woman behind the plate. So kind of walk us through some of the stuff that you have to go through, because there might be some women that are on here that have a desire or that might be on the fence about wanting to move forward. But we know that, we wouldn't be where we are now if the civil rights movement didn't go through what they went through with all of the, the sit-ins and, the dogs being put on them and the fire hydrants, and they went through some stuff. And I'm so glad that I didn't grow up in that era that I had to go through that. Yes. But you're kind of going through that now with what you're going through. So talk us through that.
So of course, you got to have thick skin.
Absolutely.
And my saying from Mr. Wright is there's no crying in baseball. And he doesn't like for me to tell people, but I told him when I write my book, I'm still putting it in there. Kendra used to make me cry. And it was because he wanted me to get tougher. Like I'm known as this soft, loving person. He's like, no, ma'am. When you get
not on the diamond.
I need you to be her. And you know what I want to say?
Yes, absolutely.
Her.
Yes.
And then when you walk off the field, then you can be Natola. But in those 3 hours,
you got to be her.
Her. And I didn't believe it until I started hearing some of the stuff.
Oh, right? I can't imagine.
Of course, you're like,
because that's what I told old boy. I said, he said, I want you to be on come out and be a referee. But he said, you'll be on your husband's team. I said, my skin ain't as thick as his. I said, because I'll come up out the stands. I said, I don't know if I'm ready for that. I said, and I don't want to. I know my husband's reputation is everything to him, and I'm his wife, and I don't want to be a bad reputation because I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't know if I'm ready for that because that's just real talk, sis. Absolutely. I don't know if I can do it. I got the stripes on right now, but it's easy because I'm behind a camera. I'm at home in the comfort of my home. I don't have nobody. I don't have all this in my ear about, find the strike zone. My husband has the saying, pull the shade down. Some of the stuff that he says to the umpires, and I'm like, I don't know, because they're gonna say something else, and I'm gonna come up out this. I'm gonna grab a bat, and I'm gonna come up out the stand, and I'm getting ready to show you. Yeah, I'm gonna be her.
You get to the point where you don't hear it.
Okay, good.
Right? Because you're zoning in on what you're supposed to be doing. One, because you already know
that is coming.
The task at hand. Right?
Yes.
So yes. I can't give them more ammo to use.
Yes. Oh, that's good.
I'm gonna get out here and do what I do. I make sure I know my rules. Why? Because I'm a woman and then I'm a Black woman. So they already question the men. You think they're not going to ask me if I know rules, or they're going to throw things out there? So I make sure I'm on top of that. I make sure I'm on top of my mechanics, the things that I can control. I make sure I do that.
Yes, ma'am.
The opportunities that are given to me. I used to have a problem with, y'all want me because I'm Black and a woman, right? It used to bother me. I want y'all to get me on.
Why did that bother you?
It bothered me because I know that I can do the job, whether I'm a female or a male. That's how I want you all to see me, not as your token, or if this works, we could say we had a hand in. I don't want that. But then it took my mentors to say, listen, all your life, your gender and your color have been what? Have been an issue.
Has been an issue.
If they want to use it now, use them back.
Facts.
And it took my mindset to change. If I have to use my color and my gender as the opportunity I need to open the door, I still have to do the work.
You still got to do the work.
I still got to get down and get dirty and make sure y'all see that you just didn't open the door for no reason.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so why is baseball the main thing over football or some of the other sports? Because you mentioned like 5 or 6 different sports that you're certified in. So why was baseball is number one top?
Because I was told I didn't belong.
And I can show you better than I can tell you.
And when I show you, I'm gonna make sure I do it the right way. Right? Because you're never gonna say, hear my name in circles. We're never gonna do that.
Right.
And then I'm gonna show you that we can do it. And I want to open the doors for other women. Right now, I have 2 women that are under me in baseball.
I love it.
That are loving it. I have 3 women that are under me in softball. Football has already made their way with women, right? So I just get in where I fit in there. But
Okay.
I wanted to make my own path. I wanted to leave this world with something. I wanted my 2 daughters to be very proud of their mother. And baseball just presented the opportunity to put that first title behind my name.
Oh my God. So how often do the girls go to your games to support you? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, you was my mama, because I know how they
So, my baby girl.
Don't come for my mama. So because I know how my children are with me. So I know how I am with them. Because matter of fact, even I'm like that even with my husband. My husband is coaching a 13-year-old team. And I was coaching my women's tackle football team in the same city. And so I was able to, after my practice, I went to catch his game. And one of the parents kind of got a little ignorant. And the first thing I said, babe, we ain't got to put up with all this up out here. Right. We ain't got to put up with none of this. I said, they need you. You don't need them. I said, they better ask somebody. And so the parent came to me afterwards and was like, I'm sorry. I said, listen, don't you ever disrespect my husband again. I said, look at my face. I said, I'm not even playing with you.
That's it.
Right? So I can't imagine that's how your daughters are when it comes to you, and they're not getting ready to play. First of all, you're not going to disrespect our mama out here, and we're gonna make sure she's good to go. Oh my goodness, that is so. That is so good.
My baseball championship, I had maybe 40 family members there.
Oh, good.
With family members and co-workers with my name.
Yes.
On their chest. It was a baseball shirt, and it had my accomplishments across the front. And on the back, it had who I was to them. Okay. Can you imagine all of these folk in the stands cheering for the umpires? The stadium lost their mind.
Oh, I bet they did. I bet that was absolutely fantastic.
How dare you cheer for an umpire?
Yeah.
And will I tell you now, it can't never happen again.
Oh, I guarantee it can't.
But it was already done. So hey. Yeah. But yeah, I have a very, very supportive family. They asked me why baseball too, but when I told them, it wasn't my choice, really. Again, I'm going to say God was talking to me when I was in that booth on the football field, looking over at that baseball diamond saying, I belong there.
I love it.
I'm going to be on that field one day. And when I tell you, I just did the Sun Belt Collegiate Championship from that field. Like, come on now.
Come on now. Okay, so you just did what was the All-Star game with all the celebrities that you just did? Tell me about that.
So that was the MLB Celebrity All-Star softball game. It's the connections that I have with the MLB because I forgot that part. I have been professionally trained by the MLB to call baseball.
Oh my goodness, that's good stuff.
So they keep us in the pipeline. Even though I was not hired into the minor leagues, they still keep us in their pipeline to do other events and to work games, even minor league games. We can be on the reserve staff. So that's what that was. They called me and Courtney Clements, who actually also went to school with me, another African-American female that is calling baseball. And they wanted us because the whole weekend, the minor league game was going to be officiated by an all-black crew, the softball game, and the major league, as you all saw, all 3 crews were all black.
Okay, whose idea was that? Whose idea was that?
So it was the MLB operations to do
Who's
that.
in charge of MLB operations?
You know, I have to find that out for you.
Because their vision, and for them to make that decision, especially shortly after they included all the Negro League records into the MLB, they
merged the records.
They merged them together. And so then whoever was at the top is no longer the top. It's now the new black dude. We just talked about that a couple shows ago. When I had Rod Smith in, because Rod Smith is going into our Hall of Fame here in Lexington, and he played. He got drafted by the Yankees, and I had him on my show, and we were talking about him, talking about that a couple weeks ago. Oh, and so of course I have my favorite podcast guest, Mr. Brown, on here. He's gonna give me all the information. So he just told me that Michael Hill is the senior vice president of operations for the MLB. Okay. So I don't know who Michael Hill is. I don't know if
I just know that Dusty Dillinger is the one. I don't know who he is,
but whoever the heck it was a freaking genius. And I know he pissed a whole lot of people off when he did that, but that's okay. But look at us now, right? Look at us now. But anyway, that was a great. So name off. Go ahead and name drop all the celebrities.
Well, first of all, you said your boy Dez Bryant was there.
Oh my God!
He is the ultimate competitor. I was just looking at him.
Girl, I want to meet Dez, bro. I've reached out to him on, like on Instagram and stuff like that. He's never responded back. But when I tell you, I want Dez Bryant on my show so badly, I don't know what to do, But yeah, Dez caught it. Y'all know Dez Bryant caught that ball against Green Bay that year and cheated us. While everybody in our Black women group is hating on our Cowboys. Y'all keep hating on Cowboys.
There you go.
It is so fun. The group is so fun. I can't wait to have Susan. I think I have Susan on in 2 weeks because I think this weekend is the meet and greet in Atlanta. Are you going?
I'm on the panel.
Okay, good. So I think the meet and greet is this weekend, and I think Susan's on that following Wednesday on my calendar. And I can't wait to talk about that because it is so funny. But they be going in on my Cowboys in the group, and it is hilarious, But anyway, so Dez Bryant, who else?
You had Dez Bryant, T.O. Oh, so here's the crazy thing. Like I was just having a conversation with my dad before we went to the game because my dad goes with me everywhere. So, and I was like, Dad, Barry Bonds belongs in the Hall of Fame.
He does.
Starter, you're right. And I was like, Dad, that's crazy. So we go
now he's out because of the doping situation or gambling.
They haven't proved it.
And they still haven't proved it.
I'll put that on there, the asterisk. So we come up to the plate meeting. Standing there, I'm talking to my partner, Courtney. Derek Jeter reaches across and says, hey, ladies, I'm Derek Jeter. I said, no.
I've been like this.
Like, really? So I'm trying to hold it together like, really? I don't know it's Derek Jeter, right?
Right.
On everything. Next is standing next to me. I'm not paying attention. We laugh and we joking. They say, all right, Barry, time to take a picture. I said,
oh my God. I'd have been like this, like a kid in a candy store, just jaw drop. Yes.
Barry Bonds? You all on TV. Right? So I was like, oh my gosh. But then I have to tell you, Ken Griffey Jr. is the love of my life.
Oh my God.
And I told my partner, girl, if Ken Griffey is here, I'm just going to die, right? I'm just going to pass out.
Right.
So we had all access passes.
Okay.
I'm scary. She's like, girl, let's go down there. I ain't going down there. I'm not going down there. We ain't going to go down there. So she leaves me. She's like, you don't see Ken over there? I said, oh my gosh, that's Ken. So we start walking down there. As I'm walking up, mind you, she left me.
Right.
I'm walking slowly. She walks up, and as I'm walking up behind her, she says, yeah, Ken, she said if she ever met you, that she was just going to die. So he said,
first of all, Courtney, don't be putting all her business in the street like that. Why you put all her business? Why you call our girl out like that? Come on, Courtney.
So when I walk up there, he's like, well, what's she going to do if I hug her? And he hugged me.
Oh my God.
I just froze. And you can see the picture. I'm just like, I can't Griffey. So,
oh my goodness. What a dream. What a dream. I mean, I don't know what could be better than that moment for you.
No.
Because you had all those greats in one spot. I mean, you had everybody there.
Everybody. Albert Pujols, Big Papi.
Yeah.
CC Sabathia, give him props. He's the one who came up with the idea for the softball game.
Okay.
And this man is going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame next year. And I got a picture standing beside him, like,
Oh,
what's
I
up,
love
CC?
it. Yes,
You know
I
what I'm
love
saying?
it.
So
Yes.
I was just like in a candy store, like totally. And as I'm walking up, CC is introducing me to Ken. Like, this is Natola Hawthorne, the first.
The first.
Like,
Yes.
you're introducing me to Ken Griffey. And he says, oh, I heard of her. You heard of me? Me. Me.
Girl, Ken Griffey Jr. knew about you.
Me. Yeah,
How about that?
That part.
How about that?
So I'm sorry. Let me get back in my professional mode.
That's okay. You ain't gotta get you. Yeah, this my show. We gonna be how we want to be on my show.
But yes, it was
ain't nobody else producing nothing over here.
Absolutely amazing. And the article that was written about it just encapsulated everything. And the gentleman said, whoever thought to have two Black women run that softball game knew
was a genius.
That we were not going to cut up in front of company.
First of all, because you was going to keep them together. Y'all was going to be mama. We going to be mamas first. Y'all not gonna, first of all, y'all not getting ready to be on national TV making us look bad. Don't, especially T.O. and Des, you know, they like to act a fool. First of all, what y'all not getting ready to do.
So they had the right to.
They had the right to.
Made it fun. They said they had a wonderful time.
Oh,
had it been different people, it would have been a different.
It wouldn't have been as fun. So look at God. Oh my God. Look how he just orchestrated that whole thing. That was such a. I don't know anything that could top that one though, sis. I don't know what could top that one for you though.
All I ever wanted was to meet Ken
Griffey, and you've done that. Yeah. Yeah, because I would love Ken and his dad on here because like I mean I know people have already like interviewed them because I definitely would love to know what kind of like the situation with LeBron and his son being on the same field at the same time. That has just got to be the ultimate because that doesn't happen all the time. You know, my son played at the University of Kentucky. My husband played at University of Kentucky 40 years ago, but they didn't. You know, 40 years is a big difference. You can't play at the same time, you know, so that's huge. But, you know, we love the legacy that he was able to come behind him and play. And we are so grateful for that. So anyway, we're 30 minutes in and you done had so many shout outs. I'm going to put my glasses on and I'm going to make sure we go to the chat to make sure I acknowledge it because everybody's giving you your love in the chat. So I want to make sure, first of all, y'all, everybody, thank y'all for tuning in. I know most of y'all are just coming in for the first time. I'm gonna kind of go back to the beginning. If you don't know me, I'm Coach Terry Bryant. Most of y'all are on here to support your girl, Natola Hawthorne, who is, you know, thebomb.com, the first female Black everything in for baseball officiating. I'm gonna go to the top. Yolanda Smith. Hello. Thank you for coming on. Stasia Baby. She said, hey, that's right. Make sure we respect her. She said, make sure we respect. Oh, let me put these on so you can see these. Let me put these on so you can see these. So first we had Yolanda Smith. She's looked like she's on from YouTube. Stasia Baby, thank you. Hey, that's right. Make sure we respect her name. Thank you from off of YouTube. Vanny J, she said, hey, Queens. She must be from the group, from our football group. Shout out Kendia Adams. She said, we will definitely not forget. We definitely will not forget her name. Y'all make sure y'all know her name. Thank you for coming on. Yolanda said, don't play with her. We not getting ready to play with her. Renata Tyson said she is so proud of you. And we are so super proud of you. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna knock y'all out right now real quick. Kamoreen. That's a pretty name. I've never heard that. Hall. She said, yes, Miss Hawthorne. And she said that we will never forget. A shout out Dijon York, she said, know your name because we do. Say her name, hashtag say her name, hashtag your name. Oh my God. I love it. I love it. I love it. Who else we got on here? I don't want to miss anybody. Oh, Ralph Green. This must be some of your people. Great job, young lady.
Is my football assigner.
He's what your
He's the football assigner that told me.
The football side that told you to vote. Ralph Green, thank you so much for having the guts to allow her to see in her that what she didn't see in herself. Mr. Green, thank you so much, because we would not be sitting here if it was probably if it wasn't for him, if he didn't do that. Somebody named Hoodie Who. She said this is Hoodie
umpires.
Hey, Hoodie Who. He said hello. Susan's on here. Where's she at? Hold on, where's she at? Susan. So Susan is the mastermind behind our group that we didn't. That's how we were able to meet. And I've actually already got, I think, a couple of people out of the group that's going to be on the show. And Susan's going to be on not next Wednesday, but I think the Wednesday after that. I think Susan will be on. Susan, thank you for being on, and thank you for creating a group and connecting all of us. Mr. Brown has a really good question. Have African Americans lost interest in baseball in your region?
So that's a yes and no.
Okay.
My younger babies, no, because most times it's funded by the parks, right?
Okay.
The recs and parks, they'll fund the baseballs. As they get older and they have to foot the bill on their own, baseball is kind of pricey, and it prices our babies out of the game.
Okay.
Which is what Ken Griffey and his dad is trying to focus on.
Okay.
Being able to keep our African American children on the field because they are athletically, they have the ability. It's just the finances that's causing them to run to other sports. Why? Because in football, 22 people can share one ball. Basketball, 10 people can share one ball. But in baseball, you got to have your own cleats, your own bat, your own glove. So it gets pricey. So depending on the age group, it's a yes and no.
Okay. And I can attest to that because my son played baseball and it was expensive. And in the league that in the organization that he played in, I think from 12 until he graduated high school, he was usually the only Black kid on his team. But we had the finances to be able to finance that and to do all the traveling and stuff like that. And it was very expensive.
Absolutely.
It was very expensive. Absolutely. Yes. So I definitely can attest to that on the why. And it's very time consuming. Absolutely. Because the tournaments are so long and you've got to be able to take off of work. Because there were times where I'm like, how are we supposed to support these kids when the tournament starts on a Wednesday or a Thursday? And it goes all the way till Tuesday, or it goes all the way till the following Wednesday. I mean, I think we spent weeks in Atlanta, weeks in Gulf Shores at tournaments that lasted a whole week. And I'm thinking like, oh my God, I'm glad that I had a job that I was able to have the time off to be able to do that, because there was a lot of times where I wasn't able to take off.
Absolutely.
Because I don't have the time off. I had one of those jobs where they were real particular about us taking the time off. Who is this? This is Io Marvo. He mentioned Michael Hill of the SVP of operation. I thought that was Mr. Hill. I didn't have my glasses on, so I didn't mean to misquote you. Girl, why Stacy? You on my Stacy on here talking about Bye Cowboy. You on my podcast talking about Bye Cowboys. It's always got to be one. It is. It's always got to be one. And Ayo said that's what court do, because when court called you out or what you out. And then Misha Jones is my one of my defensive ends and one of my tight ends on my women's tackle football team. I coached the Derby City Dynamite out of Louisville, Kentucky, and it's an all women's tackle football team. And so, and I'm telling, and again, that's my goal. I went to championship weekend a couple of weeks ago, and I was just excited that the women that there were women that were actually coaching and that were officials, and not were they any officials? They weren't any officials on the field, but they were coordinators and coaches, and that's my goal. I would love to be able to coach a women's team where we have where my staff is all women and the officiating team is an all women's staff, and then the team that I play against is the same way. Like I hope I get to see that before God takes me from this earth. That's something that I hope that I get to see one day, with just all women. Jervis Robinson said, "Did it compare with Meeting Sweetness?" So happy for you.
So that's my best friend from when we were 5, and I did meet Walter Payton.
I know you did.
I did, and he just reminded me. Oh my gosh, I cried.
I bet you did.
So they're about equal.
They're about equal.
A little girl, probably about 8 years old then. So yeah. Thank you for reminding me of that, best.
Oh, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. Tracy Lilliard said hello. She must come from the group. And here's must be a nephew, Timothy.
One of my baseball umpires.
One of your baseball umpires called you auntie. Ain't we always auntie?
We always. Oh, they call me on the diamond.
Mama.
Auntie, can you move over to the side?
The players do.
Yes.
I love it. Tiffany said, "Hey, Queen, you're awesome."
Thank you.
Monique Thomas said, "Go, girl."
Thank you, guys.
Timothy said, "I just got a collegiate." Good job, Timothy. Congratulations.
I'm proud of you. That means you've been listening to what I've been telling you.
Absolutely. Okay, so Mr. Brown said, "Can you talk about your adventures in Alaska, and did the natives play baseball?"
So Alaska is amazing. If I say everyone should go, everybody thinks about the cold and no.
Yeah.
Go in June, July, and August. It gets no higher than probably 78 degrees. They don't even have air conditions, right? They just put fans in the window. Okay. Absolutely amazing. It was a summer collegiate league, just like they have all over the country, but they just come to Alaska. Did they have any Alaskans playing? They did, from the University of Alaska, and they played, but it was mostly the schools from, as they call us, the lower 48. Okay. That came up and played. People ask me, why did I go all the way to Alaska to do baseball? Why not? They treated us like MLB officials. I had one game a day. They took care of all expenses. We were like celebrities, and hey, it's baseball, and I still got paid to do it while enjoying it. So I was there for like 3 months.
3 months. Oh, wow.
I was there from the end of May to August. Doing baseball, because that's how long the league is. And it was absolutely amazing.
Okay, so you're not working a regular job. Are you retired?
Oh, no, ma'am, I am. I work in a schoolhouse. I am the secretary for the front office of an elementary school.
Oh, that's good stuff. So they let you get off for 3 months?
When I tell you that my job is so, well, you know, I get the summers off.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Summers are off anyway. Flexible with, because college, I have to leave like on a Thursday. My series is a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Saturday, Sunday, Monday. They're absolutely amazing.
I love it. Oh my God, it is so amazing when you had the support of your administration and your boss and your job to be able to pursue your result. Because I think that's what holds a lot of people back is you just don't have the support.
Correct.
To be able to pursue the things that you really want to do. That's outstanding.
Correct. Totally blessed. Totally.
That's outstanding. Okay, Mr. Brown said, So, I mentioned I'm a part of the board of the Lexington African American Sports Hall of Fame. And he says that, okay, so the people that I met, let me tell you who I know personally is, I don't know if you know John T-Bone Shelby. He has 2 rings. He was with the Orioles and he was with the with Los Angeles. But he's got 2 rings. He's with the Dodgers. He's with the Rings, but he was also a coach for 40 years or whatever in the league. And then his sons kind of came up. And so we inducted him into our Hall of Fame. And I'm going to have him on here probably in a couple of weeks. I just talked to him actually this past weekend, and he agreed to come on. Of course, he was in the league for forever. And then I know Steve Chandler. Steve Chandler was the first African American baseball player at the University of Vanderbilt University at Vanderbilt, right? And he was a scout for the Yankees.
I love it.
Yes. So Coach Chandler taught my husband baseball, and my husband was an assistant high school coach up under Coach Chandler. So that's why my husband is really, really good with coaching, because he learned from Coach Chandler. So when I tell you that our baseball history is again, it's just amazing, and I love it. So thank you, Mr. Brown, for reminding us of reminding me of that. So Linnell, is it Linnell Scott? Put my glasses back on. Oh, she said, I'm so proud of you, sissy. Love you.
Thank you, sissy.
Love you. Stacy is all love. Freddie Fort, Tola.
Awesome.
And he said, she know you Marvin is. I don't know what that means. Oh, Freddie Forte said that we love her at the school. She's the glue. The secretary is always the glue for the school. Yes, but yes, that's good stuff. Tiffany Bergs. Hey, Tiffany, thanks for coming on. You're our favorite. We love you at Estimate. Yes, you got all kinds of love. I love the support that people came on and to give you. I'm proud of PTA Executive Secretary. Girl, you are doing it all. You are doing it all. Okay, what have we missed? What have we missed? Okay, so tell me about. Oh, this is what I want to ask. Here's my question. Okay, so we know you get all of this from the parents in the stands, because everybody, it's easy to coach from the stands. What can you name me maybe a top 3 or top 5 rules that you get barked at, that parents they get it all wrong, and y'all need to get it right?
Thank you.
Tell us, Natola. Tell us. Give us a couple of, or however many minutes, if it's 2 or 3 or however many you want. Give us some of the rules that you get sick and tired of parents yelling at you about, and y'all don't know the rules. Help us out.
First thing is the strike zone.
Okay,
first thing they want to say is that is not a strike, right?
Right.
By rule, the strike zone is midpoint between the shoulders and the belt, the waist. So where would that make that? Right? That would be the midpoint. So if I'm going midpoint between my shoulders and the belt.
The shoulder and the waist. Yeah, midpoint between shoulders and waist. Here, right? Right here. Yeah.
That's a little high, huh?
That looks a little high.
It's a strike.
So when they call it a strike, they mad at you because they're like, that's not a strike. That's high.
It's high.
Right. So my husband, at that point, my husband will say, pull the shade down. He'll tell you to pull the shade down.
It's a strike. The bottom part of the zone is the hollow of the knee.
Okay. What's the hollow of the knee? Explain to us.
What is this doing? Sorry. Hold on.
That's okay.
Okay. So the hollow of the knee, if you were to the back part of your knee, that space, that
yes,
bend,
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
That's a strike. So the bottom of your knee, where your knee bone is.
Yes, ma'am.
And that little hole right there where the bottom of your knee is.
Yes, ma'am.
That's a strike.
Okay. So you talking about from right up here all the way down right here. So you get all this space right here.
All of this, all the way down to the bottom, to the hollow of that knee. And if any part of that ball touch any part of it,
it's a strike.
right?
Ooh.
So I try
Okay,
to
so
tell people that.
what about the outside?
And here
Like,
we go. I'm about to give you that.
yes, ma'am.
The plate. So you learned this
Okay.
in pro school. It's 17 inches. The
Okay.
men's shoulders are usually 17 inches.
Okay.
Okay. So if my catcher is lined up with the plate, between the plate and the chalk, the white of the batter's box is
Okay.
6 inches.
Okay.
The ball is 5 1/3.
Okay.
How much space do I have?
That's a lot of
Not
space.
much for
Not
you
a
to
lot of
figure out
space.
how to strike.
Yeah.
There you go.
So just those two. What
So
else?
those two right there will
But
shut
those
down.
two right there probably
Will shut
what
down
about
a
80%?
lot of
Yeah,
it.
a shutdown. Yeah, yeah.
A
Probably
lot.
shut down 80% of the chatter out of
80%
the
of the
stands.
chatter.
Yeah.
Once you learn what the strike zone is.
Once you learn.
Anything
Okay.
outside of that, I'm okay with judgment and all that other stuff, but learn that part.
At least.
And then we can talk about something else. And the sad
Okay.
part is, it's majority of my women
That think that they know.
my Black women that yell at me.
Oh.
Because you've been out there with your sons, you think
And you're listening,
no.
and what's happening is you're listening to these men that think they know, and you're thinking they're correct, and they're wrong. And
And you
so
just repeat what you hear.
and you're just repeating what you're hearing, and you're not going and doing your own research and learning the rules for yourself.
And of course, I couldn't know what I'm doing, right? Because I look like you.
Because you look like you.
Yeah. I've even told a couple coaches, and I probably shouldn't say this out loud, but I would tap them on the shoulder and I would say, Coach, please teach your women a little bit. Because the things that they're yelling out makes me look bad on this side of the fence.
Yes.
And I work hard.
Yeah. And the people that don't know think that, I say it all the time. Just because you loud don't mean you're right.
You're right. Don't mean you're right. I've had one parent out of my entire career, apologize as loudly as
he was. Okay.
It wasn't foul. Coach turned around and said, yes, it was. He turned around, he said, my bad, Blue. It was foul. I turned around and said, thank you.
Thank you.
You don't know what that means to me.
Absolutely.
Because
they think they're right.
So yeah, I don't even mind the yelling. I don't. Just make sure when you're yelling, it makes sense.
You know what, or that you know what you're talking about. Because if you didn't play the game, and if you're not a referee, and you don't know the rules, and the rules change sometimes.
They change every other year, to be exact.
Yes, they change. And so you got to know what you're doing. And so, that's why I love my husband, because when we're refereeing or when we're playing a game, whether it's football or he's, and if he says something, it's go, because he is a stickler for the rules. And you can't argue with him about the rules.
What I want to implore my parents, your children are your number one investment.
Absolutely.
If you are pouring the amount of money that you are into them for their sports, the least you can do is know the basic rules. One, not just for you while you're watching the game, but knowing the basic rules can catapult your athlete to the next level. Why? Because you're already teaching them to know and be familiar with the rules so that they can have the conversation with the umpire. You may not have to know it word for word, but if someone comes to me and they don't agree with something and they say, hey, Miss Blue, do you think maybe that there could have been obstruction in this play? It's going to make me say, hey, this baby or this person may actually know a little something. Why? Because he used the word obstruction. And that's going to make me say, okay, since you ask, obstruction would be XYZ. In this case, it was interference because of XYZ. You see the knowledge and the conversation that goes back and forth, and then
Yes,
you
ma'am.
can take that with you as you go on. I just had in my game last week, coaches, check swings. Everybody think that's another thing. Everybody thinks that check swings are, oh, if he turns across the plate, if he turns his hip, if the bat does it. No. And I asked 3 different coaches, the head coaches of the 3 teams out there. What do you all think that umpires are looking for when y'all ask us for a check swing? Because I hear y'all groaning. I want to see what y'all say. They all said everything that I just said to you. And while they were together, I said, this is the summer league and you all are learning and honing in on your craft, and so are we. So I'm going to give you a little something. None of what you said is what we're looking for. By rule, the only thing we're looking for in a check swing, did he intend to swing?
That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it.
And they looked at me and said, what?
Yeah.
What? Did he intend to swing? If he didn't, no.
Then it's not a check swing.
If he did, yes.
Yes. Oh my God. I love it.
Following week,
yes.
And he said to me, Ms. Blue, ever since you said that to me, I have gotten it right on every check swing that has been asked in my games ever since. I said, I bet you did. Because why? He said, because he didn't swing or he did swing. I said, there you go. Now take that with you when you go back.
When you go over. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh my God. I love it. So referees and umpires have been targets of violence from zealous parents. How do you stifle that potential behavior? How many people have you had to kick out?
I almost had a clean record until this year. I was rolling for 6 years without an ejection, and this year I ended up with 4.
Oh man, they made up for lost time, didn't they?
And it hurt my heart. It
was I bet it did.
A head coach. Oh, my bad. I couldn't throw out a mama because she was already out there, but a mama too.
Just doing the most.
That I tossed her child because the child told me that fussing and cussing at umpires is a part of the game.
Not while I'm umpiring. Do that with somebody else. Period. Period.
No, sir.
No, I don't care what you do with everybody else. This is my house right now. And that part is the part that they need to understand. Because look who you dealing with. We don't tolerate. I don't care whatever y'all do everywhere else. But this is the rules when I'm behind this plate. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Good question, Mr. Brown. How respectful are batters on a questionable call?
So you know what? With me, I haven't had too many issues because I'm not patting myself on the back, but I am.
You're consistent.
I'm very consistent. I'm very consistent. And if they ask me a question, I'm going to tell you. And most times, if it's a questionable pitch and they think something, they'll say, Miss Blue, is that as high as you're going? And you know what I tell them? I got a little bit more.
Right.
Is that as far out as you're going? Now, I'm not going to go out. Why? Because I told you, it's not a lot of space between the box and the plate.
Yes, ma'am.
But on TrackMan, they are telling us, even in the NCAA, we're not getting enough high strikes. We're not calling the high strikes. And that affects my assignments.
Gotcha.
Which means that affects my money.
Facts.
Gotcha.
Let's
make it make sense.
Yes.
Right? So if I have to call a high strike on you that you didn't like,
yes,
I'm okay with that because guess what? It's still what? A strike.
Right. Yes, that's good stuff. Hey, great question. Great question. Girl, we are already at an hour. Already. I swear we just logged on. And we're already at an hour because the conversation was, I knew exactly it was going to be just absolutely fantastic, asking you the questions and getting to know you. Okay, so So now that we got to wrap this up, is there anything publicly that you've been wanting to get off of your chest, or that you wanted to say outside of talking to those parents, or if there's anything else that you've never had an opportunity or a platform to say that you would like to say?
So 2 things. Parents, invest in your children. There's not going to always be an umpire out there like me. When I see our babies out there specifically, I'm giving them everything that I have, because they're not going to get it elsewhere. So if I'm doing my part, please help me do your part so we can get these babies to where they want to go. 2, She Calls It All is about athletes who don't go to the next level, or they do and now they're done. I want to connect them with people. So my motto is same game, different assignment. Take the knowledge that you had from the game that you played, and let's come on this side and make some money. I can connect you with the avenues to do that. This is an avocation that you can do as often or as little as you want, but it's on your time and it's money, right? The love of it.
And it's fun.
The money.
And you can still coach.
I tell you all the time, I do it because I love it. They were like, why don't you do softball? It's a shorter time. I don't mind being on the diamond for 4 hours. Why? I'm having fun. I love what I do. I could do it for free and have.
Right.
I jump on the field when I see folk out there. I'll jump on the field and let's do a 3-man. Let's do a 4-man.
Right. Yeah.
I go to a rec party. I don't even have my regular clothes. Umpire, let me get out here and do it. My family knows not to take me to the park where there's a baseball field because
it's a wrap. Because it's a wrap. Because you're gonna be on the field.
They be like, girl, hey, let me just get a couple innings.
You shouldn't have brought me here. Oh my God. So good. Listen, we are proud of you. Thank you so much for blazing a trail for us. So your foundation, and it's for any sport. So basically what that is any athlete, if you were an athlete, and you're a retired athlete, you should consider switching over to an official in whatever sport that is, whether it's volleyball, whether it's softball, whether it's lacrosse or tennis or whatever. All of those sports have some type of an official or referee or umpire or something.
Absolutely. And I can connect you to them.
And you're the connection.
My association, Capital City, where I got started, where they believed in me. Thank you, Capital City, for seeing this girl and just pouring into her.
Oh my God, I love it. I love it. I love it. Listen, y'all, we're gonna wrap this up because we could probably talk the rest of all night about sports, just period. Again, thank y'all all for coming in and tuning on. Thank y'all for coming in and supporting Natola Hawthorne. Okay, make sure y'all Google her. Make sure y'all share this so that everybody can see that she was remind us again, the first Black African American woman to
umpire Division I baseball, the first woman to do a state championship in Georgia, the first woman in the Alaskan Baseball League, the first woman, oh gosh, there's so many more, to be in Division I SIAC, SAA. What else? It's a couple other things. It's just a lot, y'all. It's
a lot. And we're so proud of you. Oh my God, we are so proud of you. So y'all make sure y'all find her, follow her, make sure we're supporting her. How do we support your foundation?
So I actually have a page. She Calls It All.
She Calls It All. Is it shecallsitall.com or is it on Facebook?
She Calls It All LLC. It's on Facebook.
She Calls It All LLC, and it's on Facebook. Okay, so after this is over with, we'll make sure we drop it in the chat. Or if one of her family members that's still on and watching, if y'all can kind of put that link underneath this, so when people go and watch the replay, that they can see it. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you so much. Oh yes, thank you, thank y'all, Mr. Brown. Thank you. You my ace, coon boom. Thank everyone for coming on, checking it out. Don't forget, the Lexington African American Sports Hall of Fame is. Oh, girl, let me tell you who else I've met from the Lexington African American Sports Hall of Fame, because I'm from Lexington, Kentucky, so it's mainly Lexington. Girl, I met Dermonti Dawson. Nice. How How about he played ball with my husband here at the University of Kentucky? Like, Hall of Fame, the best center in ever.
You see me with my mouth wide open.
Yes. So how about when I was working at so I was at the middle school working. His mom was our school nurse.
This is a small world.
Oh my God. And then, so we got the Olympics going on. So let me tell you, and I know I just said we was getting ready to get off. And so the next person that I met from the list of African American was Tyson Gay.
Really?
It's from Lexington, Kentucky. It's
really?
From here. Yes.
That's good stuff.
Was once the fastest man in the world at one time, right? Yeah, yeah. Also, I went to church with his mom, and then me and his sister. He has a sister. Me and her were coaching. She and I were coaching track together. We were coaching different middle school teams. Of course, I didn't know it until later on that I met that was his sister, and we had become great friends before I knew that was actually his sister. We had became really cool because we were coaching the middle school kids. Oh my God, yeah. So we got some good people that some famous people that have come from the Lexington African American Sports Hall of Fame, and it's just been again, like I told you, Rod Smith was with baseball. Tony Mack, you remember Tony Mack? I think he was with the Reds. We're inducting him this year, and we got a couple other people, couple of females that came from our city that were really good. But anyway, I just wanted to lay that out there that we got some people here from Lexington, Kentucky that are absolutely legends as well. So you're a legend. Have they? When are you eligible to be elected into the Hall of Fame? Because I know how our Hall of Fame is. Somebody has to go in and submit your information. So I'm putting it out here right now. Y'all need to go to all the whatever Hall of Fames and stuff because she was the first in all of these different divisions, and make sure y'all go in, find out what that Hall of Fame is. And I hope that I get the opportunity to come and see you walk the stage.
Now you're gonna make me cry when there's no crying in baseball.
Somebody elects you into the MLB Baseball Hall of Fame, or the Collegiate Baseball Hall of Fame, or the Georgia High School Hall of Fame, or all the above, or whatever like that, because you absolutely will deserve it, sis. And I'm so proud of you. So anyway, of course, my husband is calling me right now. He knows I'm on my podcast, and he had a trip anyway. So I'm gonna end this. So don't you log off, but I am gonna end this. And I love y'all. Thank everybody for coming on, and we'll see you all on next Saturday. And I'm gonna end this stream. Thank y'all. Love y'all. Bye.